Hello everyone and welcome to my show. I'm your girl, Melody Trice. Well, you know I'm all about living life unlimited. Well, some of us are limited in some areas. Well, today I want you to be freed up because my guests have a lot of answers to your questions. So you guys stay tuned because after this break, we'll be right back.
I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school and I didn't do it. My support team never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew who I could become as a person. I've been given an opportunity and I'm just thankful for it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back. Well, one of the things that I was just telling you that a lot of you have a lot of questions in your mind. Well, my next guest, he truly have lived that life to know the difference, whether what a Christian could do and what a Christian really should do, right? Because we've been limited a lot on a lot of different things. Well, today I want you guys to be set free. So we want to welcome Pastor Shep to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God, so happy to have you.
I'm glad to be here, baby. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, so look, one of the things about it is, I mean, you do a lot, right? I mean, you have been really 5-time Grammy winner. And I mean, some of the songs you wrote, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here, Stranger in the House, I'd Rather. I mean, all these songs you wrote for R&B,
yes,
I want to say gospel artists, right? Because I want to say gospel R&B artists. Yes. So, I mean, really, how did that get started, especially being a pastor? A lot of people out there will be confused about it, but really, how did this get started?
Well, fortunately, I grew up with Mr. Montel Jordan, you know, and this is how we do it.
Yes.
And when he went out on tour, he invited me to come out as his music director. And then from then, I started hanging out in the studio. I started becoming the guy that played keys for the records. And then I started producing and writing my own.
Wow.
It's been a dream of mine since I was a kid. And R&B has always been a part of me as well as gospel. You know, my mom made it a point to introduce us to Marvin Winans and Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
both.
Yeah, so it's always been a huge part of me. And if you listen to any of my records, you can hear the combination of R&B and church together. So,
well, a lot of times people feel like as a Christian that you really can't listen to R&B music.
Right.
I mean, you know, and as we was talking earlier, it kind of hinders them from being a part of the church. So what are your views? What would you say to that Christian out there who's really battling with the fact of, is it okay?
Yes, you know, I think, you know, the church has been wrong about that. To tell someone that Christians shouldn't listen to R&B music. First of all, R&B music is the title that they gave us. It's really love songs. And the first love song recorded is the Song of Solomon, or Song of Songs. And Solomon, he's talking to his wife and she's talking back and they get real descriptive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He said things like, your breast will please me, and different things of this sort. So, and that's recorded in the Bible.
Wow.
That is in the Bible. And so he was really showing us how to love a woman. She was showing us how to love her man.
Exactly.
And since then, kind of the church has kind of made it more of a taboo subject. And so what we're doing is our kids are at school or, you know, different places listening to R&B, learning love because no gospel artists really will go out and sing R&B music. I mean, yeah, sing R&B music. So, you know, it's good, but I don't want to listen to Jesus will be there, Jesus will fix it all day. When I'm with my wife, I don't want to hear Shorty Season.
Exactly.
She'll ruin the mood.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And that's true.
Yes, but I would like to hear a Christian that's singing a love song that's keeping it in the compounds of how God created love.
Yes.
And not just, you know, hot sex on a platter or different things of this sort. But we've been hoodwinked, you know, and to believe that if you're a Christian, you can only listen to gospel music. And that keeps a lot of people away from the church.
And you know, when you say that, a lot of people have been so limited because they're not reading it for themselves to see, and then they don't want to disappoint nobody else about, my mama went to church there, my cousin went to church there, and I'm going to church there, and that's what they said I can't do. They said I can't wear this, I can't do this, and I mean technically we are the ones who are the representative of the Bible. And I mean if he's talking about love, why as we as Christians can't talk about it, you know?
Yeah, it is amazing. I think that, the black church particularly kind of started off with this whole rule keeping thing. It comes from slavery. So they telling us do this and do that and do this and do that. And so we turned around and started telling people, oh, you call yourself loving God, you better do this and don't do that, instead of loving the people and teaching them how to evolve into a more mature Christian.
That's true. And that's the thing. Teaching them.
Yes.
And that's one of the things about it. I think about that in your ministry with you and your wife. Yes. You guys are teaching people how really to disciple.
Yes.
Yes. So I mean, when did that point start when you and your wife decide, okay, this is something that I want to do, this is the type of ministry that we want to do?
It's crazy because I've always said I never want to pastor, even though I've been a minister since I was 19. And then when I first told her about this, she cried. She didn't want to be a first lady because she was thinking traditional. She had to sit there with the hat and be like, I'm sorry, and be like, that's all right, Pastor. And I told her, nah.
We ain't trying to do all that.
We're going to do something different. And so we decided that we wanted to be ourselves.
Yes.
Let's talk on a very common level. Let's get out there and bring the Bible to 2018. No thus and thou. That's not the way nobody talk today.
Exactly. I mean, because technically you really will run people away who really do want to know who he is. And when we are representing him in a way that, it's like that, because what he wants us to do is show love.
That's right.
I mean, literally, like, I love what you love. I love you enough that once you come where I'm at, you're going to change.
Yes.
I don't even have to be the one.
That's
He's
right.
do it.
That's right. The Bible says, with love and kindness have I drawn thee or won thee. And so when we show love to people, when they come in the door, we love on them. I love them. I don't care, straight, homosexual. I don't care what it is. If I smell weed on you, I don't care if you have weed in your back pocket. I tell people, I love you. Come on in, just the way you are.
Yes.
And they do so. And they allow me to preach in love.
Wow.
And we see change. Nobody's perfect.
None is perfect.
I'm not even perfect.
Okay.
You catch me on the wrong day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
Yeah, but it's all good. We all strive to be better, and better is the goal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, look, you guys, stay tuned, because after this break, we're going to talk some more with Pastor Shep, because truly, this is getting good.
Hey.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am here with Pastor Shep. So one of the great things about music is it is something everybody listens to. I don't care who you are, where you are. You listen to some type of music. So really, what did that mean to you to be a part of something so big? It's so universal.
It is. It's the one language everyone understands. A baby will start bouncing without even seeing anyone dance before.
That's true.
Music have that effect. And I think that's one of the reasons why the enemy or Satan doesn't want the church to expand on it. He knows the effect that it will have.
Wow.
So he's happy that Christians are not recording R&B music.
Wow.
Because as long as we allow the world to do so, we won't represent the kingdom there. And
That's true. And those the people he wants.
Yes, exactly. So I'm glad to get out there and actually be able to let my light shine in darkness.
Yeah.
You know, not just a whole bunch of lighters in the church,
Oh
you know
my
what I
God.
mean? But shine in darkness. I go out on tour and different things of that sort after the show. I go to my room. And why are you always going to your room? All the club, different. No, I want to go to my room and chill. But then when someone on tour have a problem, or they just lost someone, guess who they're coming to?
They're coming to
that
Shep.
one guy they know, yes.
That can reach
yes,
the Lord.
Yes, and that is being in the world, but not of it.
Wow.
And that's what we have to learn how to do as Christians. If we can go to the places that we go to and be ourselves, but still represent light, we'll be more effective, but we just stay inside the church. And
that's true. And you have to get out of those four walls.
Yes.
And a lot of people who are so talented in singing, right?
Yes.
They miss an opportunity because they're like, no, I'm not finna sing for the devil.
Right.
And technically, you're still giving credence to God. It's
Right.
what your verses say.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Yes, it's not what you play, it's what you say. And imagine this. Imagine if because a lot of singers come out of the church and, you know, they sing in R&B music. The church have cut them off. So they out there like, if you're going to cut me off, then that's the way, you know, okay, I'm really going to be out there. But imagine if pastors said, hey, you getting ready to go R&B? Okay, good. I'm going to send you some scriptures. I'm going to pray over you. I'm going to keep you. When you're out there on tour, call me anytime. I'm going to help you be that light out there.
Yes.
Don't have to come here and sing gospel and just stay in this thing. Go out there and represent.
Wow.
When you go to sing in the club, tell people about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught out there drinking and smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Let people see your light.
Your light.
But that's not happening because people are scared of going to hell.
And it's so sad, though, that people put that stigma out there, and it pushes people away, because to me, you really have to find out for yourself.
That's right.
You need to really go out there and find out, read the Bible for yourself,
That's
develop that personal relationship.
Yes, yes.
So, I mean, when you develop that personal relationship years ago, right,
Yes.
and being at the place you are right now,
Right.
what would you say has been the greatest from the challenge to actually your moment to say, you know what, Lord, I know you love me?
Yes. You know, first I struggled with it. I struggled with losing preaching engagements and people saying that I've turned and you know, he out there playing the devil music. I struggled with it. I was in my early 20s. I struggled with it. So I was having #1 hits, but still the church people, I don't want to say the church, but church people, pastors, deacons, different things of the sort, was thinking I was out there. But it wasn't until I restudied that Bible in 2006, and I really, really went in and restudied it and found out, like, this is ministry.
Wow.
Paul said, I became the weak, then gained the weak. I became a Jew to gain a Jew. He said, so I didn't take on their way of life, but what I did is I understood them and I communicated with them. And so for me, I feel like God has made this, he's used this as my ministry. There's a lot of people that won't come to church or on tour that have talked to me over and over again. I find out later that they're saved. And they're like, Shep, thank you for planting that seed, you know what I'm saying, on tour. So once I found out that I'm God endorsed and that I'm following the example of the Bible, it doesn't bother me, you know, and I still get bashed to today for what I do or the type of ministry that we have, but we've learned. First, we used to be defending ourselves all the time, but we got it. We understand that people won't understand, and one day, hopefully, it won't be unique.
Well, you know, one of the things about it, what you said was, once you got it, that was it.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of people have to realize when they get it. Then they don't have to defend.
Right.
If you believe in what you believe,
Right.
I ain't got to defend what I believe, because
Right.
it's what I believe.
Right.
But a lot of times we as people, just generally,
Exactly.
feel like we got to defend who we
Yes,
are.
right.
Like,
Yes.
if I believe that's me,
Yes.
that's me.
Right.
If, you know, and I believe he loves me.
Right.
For who I am,
Yeah.
and what I stand for,
Yeah.
then there's really no confusion in that.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, look, before we take this break, one of the things I want you to think about was the fact that, you know, being amongst these stars, I mean, Kelly Price, Montel Williams, Luther,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Montel Jordan.
Yeah, Montel Jordan.
I got to
yes.
get it right.
I
'cause
met
Montel-
Williams too, though.
Yeah. That's good. He's an
yeah,
amazing person. And, you know, so many of them, right? Sisqo. Oh, my
Yes.
God. You know,
Yes.
blonde hair, everything. To just be a part of them was such a great thing. But to write music for them, because a lot of us don't know that they don't write their own stuff.
Right.
Because, I mean, I don't know that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But when I meet someone like, oh, no, I wrote for such and such.
Yes.
That's, like, really big.
Yes.
Like, where the inspiration comes from.
Well, first of all, there are a few artists that write, you know, like Kelly Price, she actually pretty much writes, you know, at least 90% of her stuff. But I like to take inspiration from life. I try to say things that have been said commonly, but not said in a way that it's been said.
Wow.
And Stranger in My House is pretty much saying, you've changed.
Wow.
Nobody's supposed to be here is pretty much saying, as soon as I decided to stop looking for love, it showed up.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I think it's a God-given gift that I'm privileged to have.
Wow. Well, look, you guys, stay tuned, because after this break, I want to hear some more about that God-given gift.
Hey.
We'll be right back.
Yes.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That would be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back. We want to take a quick break because, you know, we all have our moments, right, in life. And I know you had your moments in life. And talking to Pastor Shep makes me think about some of those unlimited moments that we've had on the red carpet, at events, and really just in life in general. So I want you guys to take a look at this clip right now.
I'll let it shine.
I hope that was inspiring and motivating for you guys to continue to live life unlimited. So we want to continue to talk to Pastor Shep.
Hey.
So, you know, I mean, just being a part of really the movement, because that's really like a movement that you guys are doing, to just let people know the norm is really not the normal.
Yes.
You know, so with music being such a strong magnet in the church, how do you see that, how you can use that as a fast growth for your ministry?
Well, you know, I actually take songs that are on the radio currently. Sometimes I take old school songs and I do them in church in the middle of my sermon. So let's take, for instance, when I'm talking about Moses and I talk about the fact that he went up to the mountain to have devotion, and I will actually, band will break into, you need devotion. And, you know, so that always capture everyone, but it's in, you know, or let's say, for instance, I'm talking about marriage. I'll end with, let's stay together. And so the whole church is singing, let's stay together. And if you listen to the song, that's whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. And so people say, oh, you know, or Marvin Gaye, you know, I used to go out to parties to stand around, but I got myself together, you know, I decided, you know, like if you really listen to the words to a lot of these songs, you say, oh, I didn't really know it was positive. I didn't know it was saying stuff like that. And so, and I also have once a year what we call an R&B experience. Well, I'll invite Christians to come sing selective R&B songs.
Wow.
So we have a concert full of R&B songs by Christians in the church to kind of raise awareness that there are great songs out there. There are songs that I believe that God put his foot behind, that his spirit is on. It's a great message. and to encourage Christians who are doing R&B to let them know that there are some people out here that support them.
So look, what would you say has, you know, because music has changed.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it has changed drastically.
Yes.
Just really, every 10 years you see the music like,
Yes.
like, wow, wait a
Right.
minute. So when did you see that shift, and how do you see the music industry really going?
Well, I'm kind of disappointed where it is now. It seems like every time it's about sex and money and jewelry. And I would love for it to go back, or to about love, about relationships. Listening to Sade, sitting here waiting for you is like waiting for winter. It's going to be cold, even though it may snow. Like those thought-provoking lyrics. I think that the industry has really gotten into something totally different, and I'm hoping, that we raise up a generation that will listen to a lot of the old stuff as inspiration and start really giving us great content as well too. But right now, you got to watch it. I have 6 kids, and my little ones, I have to listen to what they're listening to and make sure say, oh no, that's talking about suicide. We don't listen to that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And or this one is positive. It's talking about life. Okay, we listen to that one. But I'm really not happy with it. But we're going to try to make as much of a difference as possible.
And when you said that, especially with the kids, because if you're so out of tune as a Christian to not even listen to the music,
Yep.
you don't know what your child listening
that's
to.
right.
You wonder like, well, where did this come
That's
from? Why are they
right.
feeling this
That's
way?
right.
Well, have you listened to what they're
Yes,
listening to?
yes.
Have you heard
Yes.
it?
And you think that because you're not playing it, that your kids are not listening. And my kids get in the car and they sing songs that I have never heard. And so I told myself, I'm about to start turning to their station and listening to what they're singing. And that way I can say, that one's talking about, I love Drake, but that one's talking about, I love Snoop, but that one's talking about, this one's fine. Let's listen to this one. I think it's very important to stay in tune.
We're going to go to a break, but when we come back, one of the things I want to talk about is what can we expect to happen now with Pastor Shep and his wife?
Yes.
Like, what are some of the future events?
Good deal.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back. Look, it's those guys.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
You go and step out of the vehicle for me?
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. Look. Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud that was.
I know,
I
I heard.
that.
It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Bacon.
We are here with Pastor Shep. Well, one of the things that we was talking earlier before we went to the break was the future.
Yes.
So what can we expect to happen right now with Pastor Shep and your wife and the ministry and the music?
Yeah, well, one thing is my wife, who's a psychologist, she's a doctor actually.
Wow.
And so one of the things we want to do there is start really getting our people to understand mental health, mental illness in the community. So we're really working with the community as well too. A few Sundays ago, we had OG Bloods and OG Crips on the stage together.
Wow.
And at the end of the service, they were praying for each other. Instead of me preaching like, let's sit and talk life, And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to expand the ministry, let people know what's going on, hopefully start some other sub-ministries as well too. We're working on some books and working on a movie as well too.
Wow.
We are really at the Experienced Christian Ministries, which is our church. We call it ECM. We're just really trying to get more people to realize that God loves you just as you are.
Just as you are.
Yeah, don't try to fix yourself before you go to the hospital.
Oh, that is so powerful,
yes.
because so many people do that.
Yes, you know, and I'm not coming to church until I get it together. Well, you won't need to come to church.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So.
Because technically then you're not trying to please God, you're trying to please the people in the church.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Well, before we leave, I would love for everyone to continue to follow you both on your social media.
Yes.
So can you let them know?
Yes. My name is Pastor Shep, and you can follow me on all social media fronts as Shep Crawford, S-H-E-P, Crawford, or the Experienced Christian Ministries in Facebook. We also, our website is theecm.org. The church is in South Central LA on 47th Place and San Pedro, 326 East 47th Place. Service start at 10:07 a.m. every Sunday morning. Come as you are, ain't nobody tripping.
Ain't nobody tripping.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody mad but the devil.
That's right. That's right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I appreciate you so much for really just sharing your story and really clarifying to people, you know, the love.
That's right.
Because that's really what you're showing.
It.
You're really just showing love, and you're really taking the stigma of I'm judging you off.
That's right.
Because I've done that. Yes. I've actually been judged at a church.
Right.
And I left.
Yeah. Most people do. Yes.
And I was like, I ain't going back. And then until I start reading the word for myself, and I realized that was just bad representation.
That's right. That's
it's not my daddy.
That's right. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, you know, once a person realizes that, then they pretty much can be set free.
That's right.
Wow. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for tuning to the Melody Trice Show. Continue, to follow us all on our social media. One thing about it, we're now on Roku, so make sure you go and add our channel, Melody Trice Television. Till next time, you guys, I'm your girl, Melody Trice. Bye. Hey.
The long embrace of the setting sun. Taste its warmth on your skin. One last exhale of a big ordeal when the day's nearly done, and the night sinking in.